Okay, so in the last one we went through and grabbed some, we resampled our bass and our drums, playing around in a loop, and then we started capturing wee segments from the actual loops that we'd got there. So I'm just going to go through what I've conjured together here. I'm just going to solo it. So you can hear there, it sounds pretty complicated, but it's not really. It's literally what we were going through at the beginning there. So that's just the start of our loop there, and I've bumped the loop up to 512, which makes it play extremely slow. And because the beat is on there and it's got that backwards and forwards transient going on, it's actually swinging backwards and forwards, trying to slow itself down. So you get that sort of wobble effect. And the next sample I've got then after that is again the same, bumped up the tempo, doing the same thing, going backwards and forwards. Next one is just a bit slower, but again exactly the same things, just playing around a short segment of time. This one is exactly the same again, and then the next one is actually double time, so it's playing twice as fast, so it's cycling through quickly, and I've got the repitch on, so it's actually pitching it up as well. And then the next one's just a repeat of that sample, and then this one over here is a double time. It's the same sample as that one actually, and then this one over here is double time again, and it's just those wee bits of extra sample at the start there that it's picking up and doubling up. And then here is just a duplicate of this part here over the end segment. And if we just play that with the track, all I've done is I've just slotted it in to play alongside the drums. So I can actually just move these out and I can show you them going in one by one. Let's insert another audio track. Bring these down. Okay, so you can hear there at the start we had nothing. But if you play that wee drum segment we've got with the BPM whacked away up and the beats mode on, you get that sort of wobble effect, so we can play that in there. And then we've got another sample which you can play right after it. We can maybe put that on a different track, I'm thinking, and maybe high pass it and pan it. Do we high pass and pan it off to the left? Yes. And then I've just repeated that again over here. Yes. And then we've got just some sort of background effects. I'll make them another track just to boost their volume because they're quite hard to hear the way they are. And I'll drop a compressor onto them just to bring the volume up. And I will sidechain these with our kick drum, just so it doesn't get lost. Or not lost, but doesn't swamp our mix. Yes. Yes. So you can't really hear that yet. Try putting a high pass on it, and we will put a EQ on that, and maybe bring that up a wee bit. Maybe don't need that wee click at the end. got this next sample. And I've got it on the wrong track. You can have that there, or maybe try and put it in just after the break. I think maybe it sits okay in there. You can maybe bring this beat back in again. Or you could maybe try and bring these resamples in. That works quite well. Maybe duplicate them up. And then this resegment at the end here is just that sample repeated, and then the samples from the start, which are double timed up with the repitch mode. Maybe play around with this one here. It maybe just doesn't fit quite right. Okay, so that is pretty much that wee loop done. Again, yours will probably sound slightly different, or maybe completely different if you've taken a different route altogether. Again, it all depends on what your original loop sounded like to begin with regards to getting these sort of samples coming in. Another sort of trick you can do is take a loop from a completely different song altogether and do the same sort of techniques where you double up the time or half the time and use the repitch or maybe transpose just to try and get some sort of wee artifacty sounds coming out of it, and try plugging that in as wee hits. Or you can go to sample packs. People have created nice glitched hits and things like that there, which you can purchase, and you can easily drop them in as well. Okay, so we'll continue on with this again in the next video.